We're going to do it differently because the Belmont Stakes Day edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the Edge Boost, the bank account built for better. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. We're also brought to you by NYRA Bets. Get your $25 free bet for the Belmont by going to nyrabets.com/SGPN25, promo code SGPN25. Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse Magazine. I got my Cuban links.
Yes, Cuban B.
I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the Crying Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper, ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
Hey, don't rub on that. You blocked that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rubble. Put the club soda on there.
Blot it, man. You blot. Can't rub on that.
Yeah, so we didn't do picks for yesterday, unfortunately, because something happened, Barry. That's right. Your boy made blot your alpaca money on a little pick 5 at Saratoga. We got a guest joining us, so I'm not going to suck myself off too hard here, but I was pretty happy with that. So if anyone else wants to pat me on the back, feel free to do so on Twitter or send me gift baskets, edible arrangements as well.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
You did it. Congratulations on this milestone.
The chocolate dipped.
Here's some
dip fruit.
Dry ass oranges with some subpar ass chocolate dipped on them. All right, guys, I can't waste time here because we have I've told you we're movers and shakers in the sport. We've got a cameo. We got someone joining us direct from Saratoga right now. Mr. NYRA Bets, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew DeSantis.
Matthew, be careful, it's slippery right there, sir. Jesus Christ, come back, Matthew. Oh God, Matthew, God, Rebecca.
Matthew's here.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm hanging out in the office here at Clark's Cottage, which is right outside the back gate. I'm going to show you guys kind of my view that I get every day. So I get to see everybody coming in through the Whitney gate on the backside, and we have people lining up. It's always a lot of fun. So, yeah, great times.
When will they add the Houston gate to complement the Whitney gate?
They should.
Or the Bobby
they
gate.
Won't.
Oh,
yeah.
Add a Bobby Brown gate. The Bobby Big Brown gate.
I don't know. After the pick 5 yesterday, we might have to call the Wolf gate. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. There's the Pat.
There's already a Wolf gate. There's already Wolf gate. It's a very substantial investigation tied to that also, which I can't speak of. Hey, well, Matthew, I know you're just kind of dropping in because you're a man about town, but what's up, man? What do you like for this weekend?
Yeah, man. It's it's a blast here. We're expecting a little bit of showers later today, but tomorrow for Belmont Stakes Day looks amazing. Showers are going to end early in the day. Looks like good weather the rest of the day. So I'm expecting a pretty fair track for the Belmont Stakes, and I actually think the turf course is going to hold up really well too. So I think we're going to be in good shape for tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. And shout out to my boy Uncle Sully too. Love seeing Uncle Sully. So Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And listen, today it looks a little, could be a little chalky. Maybe we'll see. Some scratches have impacted that with Shred the NYRA out of the Acorn. But tomorrow, man, they're going to throw it down in the Belmont Stakes. I can't wait. I mean, sovereignty and journalism. I just did a radio spot. I said, Barry, I'd be interested in your thoughts on this too. I said affirmed an Aladar. I mean, I might be getting ahead of myself, but these two horses are so good and just physically look so much superior to everyone else in their 3-year-old generation. I just hope they put on the show that I think we're all hoping that they put on.
Yeah, I'm with you. As long as they keep finding each other in these races and going against each other, I think it's going to develop into a nice rivalry.
Yeah, I really do. And they're going to the Travers is a question mark, but they'll see each other in the Breeders' Cup Classic for sure.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be the big one.
Yeah.
Might get Nysos in that race too.
Maybe.
By the way,
yeah, because God knows, and Nysos apparently needs a passport to get out of California now. So, he can't come to the Met Mile. He saw the field in the Met Mile and got a little scared.
Not yet. Not yet.
What I'll say to Bob is, scared money don't make money, Bob. So we gotta get here to New York sometimes.
Well, who's never scared. It's Junior Mafia. Appreciate Junior Mafia popping in on the chat. Tom Carley here says, love sovereignty, love the 5-horse in the Met Mile. So you didn't have time to stick around for a full $100 budget show. I told you have to make a fucking gun to your head.
Yeah.
$100 bailout YOLO play. You know what? I'm going to play this early because it's kind of like a bailout bet. Here we go.
Leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
What are you doing?
Listen, I could take the easy way out and go with a horse like Nitrogen or maybe Zulu Kingdom or something like that. Just do $100. But listen, you're not going to make money doing that. I'm going to go to that Met Mile. And I don't agree with Tom, I think his name was, in terms of Raging Torrent, who I think might be distance limited against this quality of competition going that 1.5 turn mile. I freaking love Just a Touch. I think Mike Rapoli is shaking in his boots over this horse. And I think White Abario is 0 for 2 at the Met Mile, only 1 for 4 ever winning at the distance. Fierceness has never won at the distance, though admittedly that was over and off track in his second career start in the Champagne. But I think Just a Touch is a freak. And I got to see him up close and personal in Keeneland, and that horse looked like a machine coming down the stretch. And I was able to talk to some people connected to the horse immediately after that race, that allowance race at Keeneland. And immediately after that race, they said Met Mile. This was always their goal. This was always their intention to go to this race. That horse was too aggressively handled last year, going to the bluegrass, stepping up so quickly and then going to the bluegrass. I think he's the real deal. I think I'll be thrilled to see what price we end up getting on him tomorrow. I know it's a short field, but I'm just putting $100 to win on Just a Touch because I think you can beat both Fierceness and White Abario, particularly with Fierceness drawing inside. Until he does it, I need to see him win a race with other horses around him and not just floating out in the middle of the track with Johnny Velasquez giving up ground. So for me, it's Just a Touch for $100 to win.
There we go. We're going to call that Matthew's Sure Bet $100 banger bet of the day, brought to you by Sure Bet Coffee. Go to surebetcoffee.com. The Sure Betties would sure appreciate it.
It's time to fuck shit up with Sure Bet in your cup.
All right. Matthew, as I like to call you, Matthew, do you have any parting words for any last wisdom for me and Barry? Any parting words for Junior Mafia as a whole?
Ooh, parting words is don't be like Andrew Champagne and don't be scared of the weather. That's the first thing I would just say. You just got to embrace the weather. It's okay.
You know how many angry DMs you just triggered right there, you son of a bitch?
Listen, and the other thing I would say is, and this is a little bit more of an inside joke, but if Rodriguez somehow wins the Belmont and Josh does not bet him, we'll never hear the end of that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But listen, in all seriousness, for tomorrow, I think you're going to see, maybe a fast and good track, and I think you're going to see great conditions tomorrow. I think there's opportunities to beat favorites. I think the Woody Stevens might be the best, most competitive betting race on the card, even with the scratch of Colloquial, which was unfortunate. But that's going to be just a dynamite race. I think a horse like Gate to Wire for Todd Pletcher, 12-1, has got a real shot in that race. So I can't wait to see it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, let's just have a day, and let's round out the Triple Crown in style.
As Uncle Sully just chimed in, to quote Danny Coleman in the movie Dragnet, Matthew, you got balls as big as church bells.
Hey,
Bing bong.
Can't confirm, don't doubt.
Like I said, scared money don't make money. So you want to catch some. You're not. What are you going to win betting fierceness? What are you going to win betting White Barrio? You're not going to win much. So if you're just trying to play straight up win bets, you got to take a chance and got to take a shot against some of these horses. I think the Woody Stevens is a great opportunity to make money. And I think there's a few other races on the card as well. And a horse I'll be rooting for is a horse like Bookham Dano. Always root for that horse. It's just such a cool horse. The Jersey bred tries so hard every single time. So that's going to be that's a really good addition and renewal of the True North. I think as well. That race came up salty for a grade 3. So that's going to be a lot of fun too.
Well, hey, man, first, before we go, I would like a 3-second moment of silence for your walk-up music because we can't use copyrighted music anymore. So no longer. So here we go. Starting now. Thank you. Like the PA announcer says. All right. Matthew, thank you for joining us. Barry, we're only getting started.
Gentlemen,
we love you, Matthew. Have a good
Belmont weekend. Cash tickets. Make that money. No chalk zone. Let's go. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks, man.
Go. Later, Matthew. All right, here we go. We're back. Let me frame us up. Ooh, that feels better. It's jazzy. All right, real quick before I hit the topic of the day. Remember, get all your free picks and podcasts for the Stanley Cup, College Baseball, World Series, and NBA Finals on the SGPN app. Get it wherever you get your apps. All right, so Barry, what are we talking about today? Of course, this week has been building to a crescendo. The type of crescendo that might remind some of when Barry and I put it on Brooksy and Big Nance, but not this time. We had Mr. NYRA Bets drop through to who normally just spews vitriol and hate at me as this person who likes to bet off pace horses and sprints. But Matthew came by. He said he's $100 in on just a touch. But bold Barry
move,
and I,
by the way, bold move.
Very bold.
Yeah, he should have just give that $100 to me because that's a waste. Fierce
I completely
run laps around that field. Sorry,
I completely stayed away from that race. But as is tradition, for the third jewel in the Triple Crown, we have put together our best bets. We've looked through it from the rooter to the tutor to find our best bets with a $100 budget. That's right. For Saturday, Saratoga, the 7th of June, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time for the card, 10:45 Eastern AM, 9:45 AM God's time, 7:45 AM Pacific time, out on the Pacific Coast. And if you're unfamiliar with the rule, basically, we can play any race on the card, use any wager type, just whatever makes that cash money, and you stay within your $100. Barry, overall thoughts. Just give me one broad brush picture of this card.
Great card.
Oh yeah, that works. Let's roll. All right, I'm gonna pull up some past performances here. God, I love your fucking brevity sometimes, man. All right, here we go. Race 4, 7 furlongs, $75,000. 9 winners of 2 something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Optional claiming on the dirt. Barry, I'm getting bold here. I'm getting bold in race 4 with a $10 daily double, 3 with 2. That's right. I'm going ice cold to start it off in race 4. The handicap here is simple. If you know me and you know what it takes for me to go ice cold in a double, aka 2 singles, as soon as I find that sound drop. There we go.
Yes, I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
Then you know that this means there are 2 horses on the front of the pace that I think can make their own race on the front end. I'm going to start off with a bold single, the number 3, Magnolia Midnight at 15-1 for Ilke Cantamarci with Manny Franco up. And say what you want about this horse, but Magnolia Midnight should be up front controlling the pace on the rail. We'll see what actually happens with the rain that's been threatened all week. But the form cycle makes me think that this one puts up a big effort on Saturday. And if this horse gets out and controls the pace, I think it could be bedtime for Bonzo there. So I'm rolling that double ice cold into race 5, 7 furlongs, $50,000 optional claimers, Non-winners will win something on the dirt, and I'm finishing it up with the 2 Silver Slugger, 5-2. Junior Alvarado up for Juan Avila. Here on what looks like another case of lone controlling speed with Silver Slugger, and drops out the grade 3 Narud at Backwaduct, where Junior got out and set the pace. I don't think anyone else has this back class. I think the hardest part of this leg might be how many times I feel like I need to say the rosary before it runs, seeing what the weather is. So I'm going ice cold, race 4, 5, $10 daily double. The 3 Magnolia Midnight at 15-1. The 2 Silver Slugger at 5-2. Barry, have ye any thoughts?
Bold selections. Bold. Well, maybe the first one, not the second one. But
the second one seems pretty formful, I thought.
Yeah, that horse should be, right around it. First one, that's tough. That's tough.
Let's get it, man. I've been bold all week. Let's fucking keep doing it.
Hey, that's what I mean. Breakaway bold in your cup. Happens.
Time to fuck shit up. All right, Barry, you take out the cork, race 6. You walk to the window. You look at Gladys punching the numbers on the register. You say, Gladys, give me this. What do you say?
Give me $20 to win on number 1 El Jafar in race 6 at Saratoga on Saturday, Belmont Stakes Day. In the Wonder again, grade 2, going a mile and 16th. I would say all of that, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
like,
that's where we're going.
Barry, honey, I told you don't have to say it the entire time.
That's a let it ride kind of moment. But yeah, I think this horse is pretty good. Ran on a soft turf over in France to break his maiden or her maiden. Came over here and was in a pretty good allowance race at Keeneland. And kind of ran off from those horses. This spot isn't all that difficult. I mean, there's really only one horse to beat. I'm not really sold on Nitrogen running, 5 in a row. So we're going to bet against that horse at a short price and go with Al Jafar, who I think is probably the second best horse in this race. And that's where we're going. Hopefully we get that 6-1.
I hope Al Jafar has a barn buddy that sounds like Gilbert Gottfried.
He could be like, what was that movie? Aladdin?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where I was headed with that. R.I.P. Robin Williams. You're a real MVP. All right, guys, real quick before we hit our next plays, got to tell you, Edge Boost. Our friends at Edge Boost, they're the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. If you sign up this week, you'll get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirt. And Underdog is going long for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Sign up with promo code SGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And don't forget our good friends who employ Matthew, NYRA Bets. Bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with NYRA Bets. Sign up today using promo code SGPN25 and get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just getting started, NYRA Bets makes it easy to jump into the action. This exclusive offer is just for the Belmont Stakes, so don't wait. Join now and claim your free $25 Belmont bet today at NYRABets.com/SGPN25. And excuse me, I need to get a brief rehydration interlude in.
Can I make my phone call? Do I have rights? Can I make my phone call?
Who you gonna call?
Huh?
Who you gonna call?
Yo, mama.
We're back, and what are we doing? Barry and I are giving out free picks.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
Because we're selfless, man.
Yeah.
We do it.
Totally.
We do it for the squad. We do it for the squad.
For the mafia.
All right. Yeah. On gang, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty much.
We still We bang the set when the flag wave, Barry.
For sure.
I've heard people say I don't really. All right, race 7, 6.5 furlongs, $400,000. The True North Stakes, a grade 3 on the dirt. I've got a little baby win bet here, but I think it's a horse that's going to be a huge price, and I really like taking the shot with. I've got a $10 win bet on the number 3 Surveillance at 15-1 for Linda Rice with Gator up. I thought you had a wave of 3 horses all push for the front in this race, with the 1 Concrete Glory, the 6 Mulligan, the 7 Full Moon Madness, all probably sending early. And I don't think that Concrete Glory or Full Moon Madness are good enough to win this race on the front end. And for my purposes, they do a valuable service of hopefully softening up Mulligan. Surveillance should be sitting just behind those horses to get the first run trip, along with the 5 Bookham Dano. It was a coin flip for me, honestly, between Bookham Dano and Surveillance. But, what won that coin flip was the win over an off track. Hopefully Kendrick sits chilly and this first wave comes back to him and he gets there at a big price. So I'm not just throwing one downfield. I'm throwing it over those damn mountains with the number 3 Surveillance, 10-1 in race 7. Barry, you got to play here too. What are you doing?
Not going Uncle Rico style with the old horse in the race. I am going to number 4, $20 win bet on number 4, Nakatomi. This horse is obviously well-traveled. I think this race really sets up for this horse. I think he really likes Saratoga, and he really runs well off of the layoff. The pace and error should set up for him. He doesn't really want to be on the lead. He can be close to it. He's fast enough, and he finishes. He's just very wildly inconsistent. He doesn't get on the track much, but when he does, he runs, and he runs fast. That sprint race over in Maidan, the Golden Shaheen, he ran a super race, and they gave him enough time that I think he'll be able to fire well. The last 2 workouts were really, really good. 2 bullets coming into this race. I think he's going to get top effort. Whether he wins or not is another story, but I think he has a great chance.
There we go. So you're going to straight up win on the 4 Nakatomi. He's hoping to yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
That's right.
With Nakatomi here. All right, Barry.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis? My man Bruce Willis and the Liam Neesons. All right. Barry, you got our next play. Here we go. Race 9, the Japer, 5.5 furlongs, $500,000, grade 1 turf sprint. If we know anything about Barry, it's that Papa love turf sprints. What are you doing here?
Yes, he does. And I think there's quite a bit of speed here from the outside. Coppola and AG Bullet, they're super, super fast, and they're just going to wear each other out. And I think that opens it up for some possibilities, even though the favorite kind of plays into this running style. I'm not too sold on Think Big for whatever reason. I really couldn't pinpoint it. I think he's got some perfect trips in there. I'm not really sure if he makes the trip or the trip makes him. So we're going to bet against him, especially at 6-5. That seems a little low. We're going to go with number 4, My Boy Prince. I like the comeback effort at 6 furlongs from the way outside. He had to get involved early and did. I don't believe he's going to have to get involved that early to win this race. He typically would not, especially coming from, longer races. He was running mile 16th, mile and a quarter, mile and an eighth last year. And then getting back to sprinting does make sense. And in this spot, not being on the lead, kind of, placing him other than on the lead would probably be the best place. Lascano is one of the best riders on the turf in New York. I have full confidence he's going to get this horse in good position and be able to finish this off. 10-1 morning line. I really don't know what we're going to get. This is a really tough race all the way around and betting wise. So I think we will get most of that 10-1.
There we go. 10-1 on My Boy Prince. This is what it sounds like when the Doves pay, I guess. I don't know. That was fucking awful. Here we go. Race 10. My next play, I've got a win bet here. 8.5 furlongs, $300,000. The P9 Ridge, grade 3 on the turf. My most memorable P9 Ridge was a Catholic boy. that was a hell of a P9 Ridge stretch drive. If you remember it, you remember every horse race. You remember it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Tootly.
Who he was bumping with in the stretch, but it was good. Anyway, here's my play here. It's going to be $20 to win on the number 5, Tom's Magic. I really don't see why Tom's Magic is 15-1. But if you're going to give me 15-1 with Ben Curtis, then I'm all in. This looked like another race where a winner comes from about mid-pack or first run. And this is another scenario where I want to throw, a run style at this problem. And when you throw a run style at the problem, you use all the horses that you think are good enough to win. Sometimes some prices show up, and that's kind of what happened here for me with Tom's Magic. And Michael Stidham has been running some pretty quick 5 furlong drills in the build up to this with a nice 5 furlong bullet on May 23rd with a leg stretcher going 4 furlongs. Just recently, I think this one is maybe primed to pop off the layoff for Stidham here. I think this one could show something at a price after a troubled trip last out. The horse was not only bumped, it was between, and it had to steady. The last out where it ran the 2 back where it ran its career best had to bump and was steadied. If the horse can run back to that black gold figure at Fairgrounds, give me some more Ben Curtis Magic then. So that's my play in race 10, the P9 Ridge. Barry, I know you have thoughts because you got to play here too, right?
Yes, indeed. I'm with you. I think this race is a lot more wide open than the morning line suggests. Zulu Kingdom's a nice horse, but 6-5 on that horse where he really isn't a kind of standout. And on the rail, no thank you. I'm going to go to the maiden, number 9, Noble Confessor. This horse does run in this spot. I like this horse quite a bit. Back September 28, 2024, in the Pilgrim, this horse should have beat Zulu Kingdom. It was totally unlucky. And if you watch that race, you can go on YouTube, it's on there. You'll see Noble Confessor should have won that race. It was just terrible luck. Then they went out to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf and didn't run badly there at 29-1. Comes back off the layoff on May 4th, runs a decent race, and probably wants to go a little bit longer. I think this horse is ripe for the upset here. Now, if this horse doesn't get in, the horse I would play would be the 7 Mibago. But if Noble Confessor runs, that's where our money's going.
Yeah, it should be running. I just double checked here because we're actually only a few minutes away from first post at Saratoga today. But I just double checked, and Noble Confessor did scratch today out of that race that it's cross-entered in. So we should see Noble Confessor there.
So Mibago it is, my friend. I can talk about that one if you want real quick. Showed a lot of speed last time, and I think we'll get the jump on everybody. It's just a matter of who wants to try to run this horse down. I don't think Golden Channel can hang with this horse early. So Mibago might get the run of the race on the front end, and that's where we're going with it then.
There we go. Mibago. I did kind of all right, so I liked this horse as a horse because, I think the early speed is going to wire every single turf race, of course. But you know what talked me off of that? This gentleman in the irons on the front end. That's why I said the Nano to Mibago.
It's not ideal, but it's not like he's incapable. He's actually done it on this horse, to be honest.
Well, all right. Here we go. We're into race 11, the Woody Stevens Stakes. 7 furlongs, $500,000. Grade 1 on the dirt. And I think that something wild could happen, and I want to be the wild thing in that scenario, who just really gets down on the crazy. So I'm going to skip the win bet even, and I'm going to key an exacta here in race 11, $10 exacta, 8 over the 411. I'm taking the 8 gunmetal. The dude I just besmirched, Irad Ortiz up for Brad Cox, the Rad Cox, as we like to call him. I thought that gunmetal is just going to basically get out, plant himself just to the outside of the 2, Mattakit Road, who I think is going to send for the lead. And he's just going to run him into the ground late. I really like Gunmetal in this spot here. And, you know, I think that forwardly placed horses are going to do well if it does come up wet. If it's drying out, I think forwardly placed horses will do well. This horse romped in the prep for this race back at Keeneland, or at least his prep for this race back at Keeneland. We're coming in second off the layoff. Yeah, I think Gunmetal fires big, so I'm putting that horse on top, and I'm putting it over the 4, Patch Adams, 5-1. We're gonna try to get a Lou Cox and a Rad Cox together in the exacta here. And then underneath, I'm also using, it's a horse that whenever we did horse racing happy hour last night, everyone seemed really high on the 11 Gate to Wire for Todd Pletcher with Dylan Davis up.
Not everybody.
Oh, were you? It wasn't you. It was me, Josh, and Louie then, huh?
Yeah, no bueno here. I think people are just going to be over betting this horse. They're looking at that one Swale, who it's a perfect trip win. I don't see it, and this horse is going to get bet too, and that's really. I hope people just pour money in on him, just like I think they're gonna. The wise guy horse.
Here's my question: if you don't love it as a win bet, how do you feel about it underneath in an exacta?
Do not like at all. I really don't think he's really this caliber. He definitely is worth giving a shot to in this kind of race, but he kind of reminds me a lot of Chancellor McPatrick.
Oh, that was just mean. All right. Real quick before we get into our final bets of the day, got to get a word in from our good friends at Circa, because the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway is going on right now because the Circa Resort Casino in Las Vegas, they're giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for this stay. You'll get a limo ride from the airport. You'll get a $5,000 tab for stadium swim and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. I hope they let you reallocate some of that.
Yeah, take some of that drink money home.
Or I was going to say for like when they charge you for when you accidentally throw up in their pool. You can always get 50% off at all the Circa properties with promo code SGPN15. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa, at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. And can't forget the good nerds at Rhythm. You've heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit at a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out the Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Get your 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Don't forget, we're also brought to you by the good people at mybookie.ag. It's your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA Finals from the True Degens. The MyBookie money bag is crazy. They spin a wheel and give you some long shot. Anyway, they got all sorts of restrictions they have less restrictions than the other places. Easy deposits, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And if you excuse me, I once again need the briefest of rehydration interludes.
Yo, I just bought a dinosaur like Nicolas Cage. Hey, what happened? Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Hey.
Oh, hey. All right, so we just did the Woody Stevens. I had my exacta 8 with the 411. You were on, who was it?
I didn't do mine yet.
Oh, that's right. Here we go. Who do you got?
I'm going with number 2, Mattakit Road, $20 to win. I think this horse was always meant to sprint. They tried the Derby Trail, didn't work out. Cutting back in distance, blinkers going back on. This horse is going to be flying late. If we get 10-1, even better. I doubt it, but if we get half that, I'm happy.
There we go. So Mattakit Road, you think it's maybe a question of everyone just watches Matticat Road get smaller as he runs away. Like no one goes up and
think
presses.
so. Yeah, they're gonna watch him go front to back. No pun intended.
And side to side. Or
Yes.
are you UGK in this?
Absolutely.
God, Barry, I just feel so lost without my sound drops. Have you noticed how off I've been this week without my hip hop sound drops? Oh, it hurts. It hurts. All right.
YouTube.
And Barry, if I'm correct, that taps you out. You're in for your 100 here.
That's it.
11. Okay. He's forgoing the Belmont, though we will make him give a Belmont pick. I guess that just leaves me, Burns and Steele. Race 13, 10 furlongs, $2 million. The Belmont Stakes, a grade 1 on the dirt. I'm playing a $30 win on the 6 by Aza at 4-1. I think currently 3-1 in the betting. And then I'm going to play an $10 ice cold exacta 6-2 by Aza over Sovereignty. And I really just thought that there are only 3 horses that will prove to be competitive in this race. But it's the perceived third horse that I think is capable of winning that I'm going to win bet and hang my hat on here. Baeza matched Journalism speed figure in the Kentucky Derby 102. He only ran slower than Sovereignty, who also took off the Preakness while Journalism ran. And while what Journalism did was freakish in the Preakness, I mean, from a speed figure standpoint, the horse actually took a 4-point step backward. It's one of those cases where you regress and win. Of the 3 horses I think can win, I think that Journalism is the one most likely to fall out of the exacta or trifecta due to the increased mileage of running in the Preakness. And Baez has got pedigree for this. We've heard about Mage, we've heard about Dornock. I got the figures, and this is the one that looks like it's maybe still got room to grow. So in the exacta, I'm going ice cold, and I'm using the other of the 3 horses I liked and thought could hit the exacta with Sovereignty. Barry, are we making this your bailout? Are we making this bailouts? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we can. I got one for 13th and the 14th.
Okay, this is going to be all right. This will not be a bailout. This instead will be a bonus nugget. Bonus nugget. Go for it. Who's your Belmont pick?
My Belmont pick is number 3, Rodriguez. Without a doubt. I think the pace sets up for this horse. Probably doesn't need the lead. I know Crudo's in there, and they're just going to track Crudo. I'm pretty sure of it. And this horse ran a really fast race. It was kind of crazy that nobody from the Wood ran in the Derby. But that was actually a pretty fast race in general, all the way around. And Rodriguez was running the show. So, the time off with the quarter crack and everything, the horse really didn't miss too much training, maybe a day or 2, and should be fit and ready. The pace sets up. Why not? 6-1. Let's go.
There we go. All right, Barry, it's gotten to that point of the show where we have withheld our tastiest morsels. We're going from nuggets to morsels now. I wonder, kibble. I think kibble's next. All right, but we've got our tastiest morsels for the end of the day to get you out of the door with the profit. These are our sure bet bailout bets.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I'm not even going to fuck with race 14. I'm doing my bailout in the Belmont itself, and it's just going to be a straight up win on the 6 by Aza. Barry, what are you doing for race 14?
Race 14, I got the 8, Smooth Breeze. This horse ran a nice race in that state bred allowance last time. Really don't see too much in this race, to be honest with you. This horse should get the trip. Umbi Rispoli getting the money in the last.
I feel like every man should have a friend named either Cool Breeze or Smooth Breeze.
I could be both.
Here comes old Smooth Breeze, All right. Barry, how do you feel about wrapping up picks for our Belmont week?
I feel like we have to, right?
Yeah,
we got
absolutely
no choice.
required. Absolutely required. Go ahead, Barry.
All right, so race 6, we're going $20 to win on number 1, El Jafara. Race 7, $20 to win on number 4, Nakatomi. Race 9, $20 to win on number 4, My Boy Prince. Race 10 is an audible, $20 to win on number 7, Mi Bago. And race 11, $20 to win on number 2, Madicket Road. We got by Rodriguez in the Belmont and Smooth Breeze as the bailout. Let's get them all.
There we go. All right, here we go. Here are my $100 budget bets for the show. Race 4, we got a $10 ice cold daily double, 3 with the 2. We got a race 7, $10 win, number 3. Race 10, $20 win, number 5. Race 11, $10 exacta, 8 with the 411. And race 13, we've got the $30 win on the 6 by Aza and an ice cold exacta, 6 with 2. All right, guys, we got the first race for Friday is about to run at the spa, so that's exciting. We've got great racing all weekend. Barry, how are you going to choose to partake in your fantastic racing slate for this weekend?
Well, my wife is working Saturday morning into afternoon, so it's going to be Race Book Saturday in my living room. I set up the big speakers, and yeah, me and Sabria are going to be eating some cherry coconut slush, and we're going to be having a good time playing the races.
I really wish I had a throwback like 90-inch TV that weighs like 7,000.
Like one of those block ones.
Yeah, or projector block TVs. Like I want one of those so hard to watch races on. Anywho, guys, that's going to do it for us here for Belmont Week at the Notorious OTB. Don't you worry, your pretty little angel baby faces, because we'll be back next week doing it 5 days a week like we always do, bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. God's time on Monday. We love you. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.